Welcome back to our next part. This part is where we will show you how to create a new shape, and for today we are just going to stay with the basics of a square. So there are a couple of steps that we always have to follow. Now this is just a basic one. There are many different ways of doing that, but as it is a course for an introductory course for newbies, let's just start with the most basic stuff and give you step-by-step instructions that will always be successful. So you will see in the front part is examples that you can build, or all the files that I've tested already. But to start with, you will click on Create New on this plus sign, and it will open up your workspace, it will open up your tools and your combo view. Now in the combo view you will find one that says Model and Tasks. So firstly we'll start with Model, and this is where we will get to save. You will see there stands unnamed, so my project is not named to something specifically. So if I click on that one, I'm going to say File, Save As, and on your desktop you find a place where you have saved your work or a folder for your FreeCAD models. And for now I'm just going to say Lesson 1 Square. Then we know we are, I cannot type. Let's just rename that to Lesson 1 Square, and you click on Save. So it will change over there to Lesson 1 Save. And now the next part is where you will go to Tasks, and it will show you how to create a new body. Now a body means it will be the shape or the part that you want to build. So you click on Create a Body and you click on Create a Sketch. It will open up the 3 planes on which you can build. But as I've said in the beginning, let's just stay with the base one that is flat from the top, and which will be our X, Y plane. And you will see that if you go on top of it, the XY plane, if it stands still, it is a flat one. The XZ plane is the one that's standing up straight, and the YZ is another one standing up straight. So I want the one at the bottom, so I'm going to click on XY plane and I will say OK. Now you have the plane in front of you. You will see on the cube here on the top right hand corner, it shows the top view, and in axis it will show you the XY cube, or the plane is straight looking down from the top. Now if you go back to the model, it will show you have added the body and you are now busy with the sketch. Now what are we going to do inside, and how are we going to draw a square? Now the easy way is to go and check on the square. If you look on the sketcher, remember in the previous step we said we are going to make a sketch. So it opened up the workbench for Sketcher, and it gives you a couple of tools to draw shapes. Now there is a shape similar to a square or a rectangle or a circle that we can use, but that is the easy way out. We are going to use it a lot of times later on. But for the basics, let's just start with a normal line. And you click and you drag, double click, and click and click and drag. Now it doesn't really look like a square at the moment, but if I have my 4 lines, to get rid of this cross in the middle, you just press Escape on the keyboard and it will take it back to the normal setting. Now to join the 2 sides or the 4 sides together by 2 dots, you're going to use constraints. Now constraints is what we are going to use in the CAD program quite a lot. It will join 2 sides together. Now on your toolbar, under Sketcher, you will find the one that has a dot in the middle and the 4 lines. And if you hover on it, it will say create a coincident constraint on the selected item. Now that means it will join 2 lines together. You select that one, look at my arrow here. When I click on a red dot, it will change its green, and I click on the dot closest to him and it will join it together. Let's do the other side. Click, make it green, click on the next one, it joins together. And this way you will do all 4 sides. And then you can press escape to get rid of the constraint. But now it is not very straight. You will see on the 2 horizontal lines there is a small line. It will state there that it is already perfectly horizontal, but my vertical lines are not straight. To get them straight, if it was not straight there, in your toolbar you will find a horizontal line and a vertical line. That is create a vertical constraint on the selected item. So I click on vertical, click on that one, you will see that line changes to yellow, click on it and it will change to a perfect vertical line, and the same on the opposite line. You can double check on the horizontal one, click, it will say it is already horizontal because that small line did tell me that it is horizontal. Press escape to get rid of the toolbar there. So currently I have a perfect rectangle, it is not a square yet. How do I get it to change into a square? On my lines, on my toolbar again, there's another horizontal line and a vertical line, but now with 2 edges. Now this is where we are going to choose how long each line must be on each side. So I click on the horizontal one and I am going to choose the middle point of my square. So I'm going to click there and I am clicking on one side. So it will open up a spot bar there. I am going to change my square into a 30mm square. So that means each side must be 15mm from the inside. I am going to do another horizontal line, click in the middle, and the opposite one I am going to change to 15mm. So now I have the 2 opposite sides, and go for the vertical line, click in the middle, going across, and I'll type in 15mm to the middle, and the opposite across is 15mm. Press escape. Now you will see the lines are over there, but you can move them. If you click on one, it changes to the green, and you can move him to the outside of your square. Now I have a perfect square in there with all sides 15mm to this sides of the center point. Right, now I need to finish my sketch so that we can do something with it. When you're done here, you click on close on the left. Now you'll see on the left hand side you have a body, you have origin and a sketch. It took the square to the flat side, to the XY axis, and we are going to say, sorry, let's just go back to task, and I'm going to click on pad because I want a cube. So currently it will automatically start with 10mm, but remember my lines, my sides were a 30mm square, so I'm going to put in 13mm, and I'm going to click on OK, and there I have my first 3D cube. So I've padded it, or I extruded it, and I can click on the pan button, I can move it around, I can press shift and right click, and I can turn it around. So you can see what you want to do with your cube. To smooth the edges of my cube, I am just going to bring it back to the middle of there, and I'm going to turn it a little bit there. So to make a nice looking cube with smooth edges, we are going to click in the toolbar. We are still busy with bar design. You'll find one that says round, smooth, make a fillet on each edge, fillet. So you click on that one. So but first you need to click on the side, press Ctrl and choose all the sides that you want to make round. So you'll see it changes to yellow for each one that you have chosen, and you can move it over. Now this one takes a little bit of practice to do all of these stuff. So when it's out of the right, just click and drag and pan it back until you can find all the edges. Just make sure that you did click all the edges. And now you can click on the fillet tool. You will see all the edges that you have chosen is there, but it seems that I've missed one because there should be 8, and I just need to click on this one as well, and we'll say add, and just make sure that you add all of them, and you say okay. Now to see what you have done, you just bring it out and you have changed all the edges to smooth edges. Now we have one more step to do. If we want to make this one, I'm just going to do it a little bit there. We have made smooth edges. You can make it 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters. It really depends on how smooth you want your cube to be. Now the next one is I want to create a hole here on top for something. So I'm going to click on the top there, and we're going to say create a new sketch. But now I cannot see where I am, so I'm just going to bring it back, pan it back, and you must make sure that you are now on the top view. And I am going to draw a circle. You will see my arrow has a changes into a white cross with 2 smaller arrows. Move the cross onto the centerpiece, click and drag it out for there, and double click. Press escape to get, if you don't press escape you will have more. So just press escape to delete that part. Click on the circle, the outside part of the circle. In your toolbar you will find the radius, and I am going to opt for a 10 millimeter radius over there. So it is connected to the circle or to the center point, and it is 10 millimeters radius. That is what the R10 stands for. R stands for radius. Now if I want to make a pocket, now the first one, the cube was extruded, but now the circle I want to make into a pocket. So we will go back to say close, and I'm going down to say pocket. Now you can either go here on the left hand side, or you can go down in the toolbar there on top. Either one, choose a pocket and choose how big you want that pocket to be. I'm going to make a big one, and it is a 10 millimeter deep pocket that you can use as a cube for your stationery, maybe anything that you want to put inside there. Again, if I click on the circle there, I can change the fillet. That means you can make it nice and round. Top one as well as the bottom one, you can make it as round as you want to, and make your own pencil holder. That's it for today. I hope you can follow the steps, go around and play with it. Can you make round pencil holders, square pencil holders, ashtrays, anything, a box for your small Lego tools, whatever you want to create, go out and have some fun with this.